Rob Dyrdek and cute little Rob, and you're at the Artsprojekt. The Wild Grinders. As a young skateboarder at 11 years old in beautiful Kettering, Ohio, I had just gotten my first skateboard from, I can't remember the guy's, Jason House. Now what I got was an incredible pink Beau Brown, right? Which at the time was just a great graphic, right?
Madrid, right?
Madrid Beau Brown. And I bought that from him, you know, and I just wanted to be him so bad. I mean, I think at one point he used to always wear like spiked belts, like a cross around the waist, 5 bandanas on each arm, 5 on each leg, and all these spiked belts. And like I just went out and got all the same things as an 11-year-old, like 5 on each leg and spiked belts, the whole shooting match, all the way down to the spike. And he was the leader of the street rats, you know, and all I wanted to be was a street rat. You know, it's like, you know, I was skating good, but he just would not allow me. All of his friends were like, nah, not this little kid, he can't be in a street rat. So that was it. I had to form my own crew. And I remember sitting in my room. I remember where I was standing. Like I had this door with all these skate stickers on the back and a weird mirror with like weird skate stickers on it. The Chris Miller Falling Guy, if you can remember that. And I don't know why I was looking in the mirror to try to figure out a name, but I wasn't. What it is, but it just hit me. Like I was putting it together. Like wow. I was like, that's it. Wow, grinders. You know, I mean, I remember feeling like, you know, you have a little kid memory, and in my head it was like I just created magic. Like it was just so perfectly worded. I'm like, oh my, you know, oh yes, that's it. You know, so I got all my friends together and informed them that our crew's name was the Wild Grinders. So, an opportunity arose for me to get involved in the toy game. And, I mean, immediately I knew exactly what I wanted to do. Like, I was like, okay, I'm doing every style of skater, you know, like the Mexican punker skater, the hood skater, the little emo little baby skater, the hash skater, you know, it's like, I knew exactly what I wanted to do and what I wanted to call it, but it was trying to figure out the vision of how the toys would actually work was impossible for me. And at the time, what I was referencing was this toy line from Jada Toys called Chub City, which was these cool little characters that were related to, like, you know, cars. And so I hired artist after artist. I hired 5 artists, and like I explained to them what it was all about, like the character description of each thing, like everything. And I just kept getting back misfire, and I just was losing my mind. And I had to put together a presentation for the time for Walmart. And out of desperation, I just called Jada Toys and was like, look, I just need to know who did this Chub City stuff. And they said, oh yeah, it's Tracy Dubera. You know, he doesn't even work for us anymore, he's freelance. You know, I found his website, like contacted him through the guy at Jada. And I mean, he literally first tried, like did every single one first try, and it was absolutely perfect, you know, and you know, the rest is history. Like moved him out of his job and moved him into the Fantasy Factory.
Here he is.
He's brilliant. He's brilliant. Look how focused this is, man. You know you got a guy that's gonna like design some serious toys when he's running this hot on a toy collection. This isn't just some dude that's like, yeah, I can draw some toys. This is a dude that lives and dies toys. He's a great toy. I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't even know these characters even existed. That giant tough gorilla is great.
Wonder Woman. Rampage, the MMA figures.
I mean, I love the figures, but they just don't compare to the superheroes. You know? What's this dude's name? Condor Man?
It's Hawkman. Come on.
Hawkman. You know what I'm saying?
Aquaman, Batman. That's Superman when he got split into like blue and red and had electricity power.
Did not know that happened.
Happened sometime in the 90s. Ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just a cold hard fact. That's a guy that knows his toys. You know what I mean? Who else do you want to design your toys than a guy that knows his toys? He's talented.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And with that, it led to like, instead of building like, you know, a skate park, you know, everything down to like, you know, to each kid having like a crazy shape to go with it, you know, so it's not like the way they did Tech Deck, like Meaty having a little board that's all bit up, like the Hessian having a board with the bomb, you know, we gave JJ the diamond cut. We had a diamond cut. You know, it's like we even gave little rails to little emo Chris because he gets so sensitive about his board. Every time he hits his tail, he cries because he's so sensitive about his board. He doesn't want to hurt his board. He's a little baby.
We can't forget the best character in the line.
You know what I'm saying? And little Rob, we kept him old school. We kept it classic with a mock alien graphic. You know, and I couldn't really like, it's hard for me to pinpoint like my style. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I got a hat on. I went athletic. You know what I mean? This is my vibe. You know, I got an athletic vibe. You know, I didn't really know where to go. You know, I'm not a punker. Certainly not Hesh. I don't cry. You know what I mean? And I'm certainly not Hood. You know, so that's what I went with. Some good old-fashioned athleticism. Now, my ears don't look like that.
There's a kid ears, you know, they stick out a little bit.
I get that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Those
say...
are chub ears, right?
You know what I'm
A
saying?
little bit, yeah, little chubby ears.
I don't know what you call that, but you know what I mean?
Did you have little chubby ears when you were a little bit?
I really didn't. So I think that we might call that
You were pretty
design
small.
flaw.
You were pretty
That's what I'm
tiny
saying.
when you were first skating.
I mean, you gotta
14,
understand,
15.
when my first board came out, it was Little Rob. It wasn't my very first graphic that Neil Blender did. It was like Little Rob, you know. Thus, Little Rob. Imagine that.
Wow, that's a great segue.
You know, so when it came time to like, how are we gonna do the obstacles rather than do like traditional anything, like, you know, because conceptually, like, you know, we're working on a cartoon that's sort of like Fat Albert, where it's like, but instead of the junkyard, it's an abandoned foundation of an old building in the middle of the city where all the kids come from different walks of life that are bound by skateboarding. So, you know, they have no skate park, so they make do with what they have, you know, so they got the bump to barrier with cinder blocks, you know, they got an old lamp post bent over to make a rail, they got an old couch with an I-beam on it, you know, they took the tranny and made an old filing cabinet to make a ramp, you know, and then this is an awkwardly small, an incredibly awkwardly small,
Is it like a barricade?
barricade? I mean, clearly this barricade, you know,
It's in proportion to Spitball.
it's just not,
But,
you know what
you
I'm
know.
saying, like, when,
You gotta start on small sets at first. You can't go
you know
big
what I'm
right
saying,
away.
he goes big.
Yeah, he's got a 4-step. That's
You know what I'm
almost
saying?
a 5-step. It's like a 4.5.
Yeah.
4
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but of course, if you want, you could always just do this, you know what I'm saying? Where you can just, like,
Combine
catch
them all.
air, like, all the way over, shoot the gap, over the switch front crooks, you know what I'm saying? Booyah shaka! You know what I'm saying? You get the half cab, crooks, fakie, not everybody wants
Drop
to flip
it.
in, flip out, nose blunt, I mean, what?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? This dude, I mean, you know what he does. He's a Hesh. He just does airs. He does pivots to fakie. Booyah! He does frontside nose blunts. Booyah! You know what I'm saying? And if he's gonna hit the ramp, board slide. Keep it traditional. You know what I'm saying? Emo Chris. Oh my god, I'm gonna slap you at this because it's so sensitive. I'm so sensitive. Oh god.
Nose grind slappy.
You know what I'm saying? Me, he just rolls. You know what I mean? His head spins. You know what I mean? Oh man, that's a great looking puppy right there. And I didn't know when I purchased a bulldog that they had the tendency to skateboard. And I feel blessed by the heavens and God above that I figured that out. But that's it, man. That's Wild Grinders, and now our goal is to just keep making, you know, cool, fun, ridiculous products and make it more about giving young kids a real opportunity to feel what authentic skateboarding is early on, you know, and that's what it's about. So here's our, well, it's just a logo, you know what I'm saying, there's no kids on there. So again, we did a whole campaign with Carl's Jr. and the Rob Dyrdek Collector Cups featuring Wild Grinders as one. You know, even some great mascot uniforms, got all the Wild Grinders in mascot uniforms and made their oversized boards and did a big demo at Walmart, you know, the kids didn't know who was in the things, and I think I did a little bit of dancing with the kids. I skated through Walmart.
you were very animated.
I was.
Very good.
Yeah, these are all the decks that Artsprojekt made that
Schmidt.
helped put together. So I mean, that Wild Grinders episode is heavy duty because it's the same episode that I get attacked by a shark because we're going on to make the Surfer Skater. Is one of our main characters along with the filmer, and this particular skater's name is Shark Attack, you know. So to represent my brand, I went down to the Bahamas and let a shark attack me. And
This is the guy that took you out there?
that's the dude. For the love of the brand, man. If you're gonna rep Shark Attack, you need to go out and rep your brand. You're Little Rob, and I'm Shark Attack.
There you go, you got everything.
You know what I mean?
He's everyone's favorite filmer.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the filmer. He's like the MacGyver of the crew. Goggles. Those are cool.
So how many Wild Grinders will there be? Do you have a number of characters that will come out over
I
time?
think we had initially started with 10. We launched with the first 5, and you know, I think it'll probably end up being around 10 or so. You know, I really want it to be every little nook and style and little clique within skateboarding to be sort of represented, you know, and we got a couple more to go.